Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone.
Spring has arrived, folks. And of course, the Golden Ox Farm, as always, delivers to you the most fresh produce, locally produced, and, well, imported goods from all around the world. You know what I'm talking about.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Critical Ops Community Live Stream. I'm WadiX. This is the place where we have the opportunity to get you all up to date in the world of Critical Ops. We have some viewer games and of course some giveaways later. Just as always, make sure that you follow our social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, and Discord. And remember, to be able to participate in our viewer games later, you need to have the beta version of Critical Ops, so 1.17 beta version. So at this time, I would like to welcome back one of my colleagues in this huge but very important upcoming update for 1.17. Edwin, welcome back to the stream. Thank you for taking your time out of your day.
Hey, Wally. Well, thanks for having me again. Doing fine, and it's great to be back participating in the stream. For those who don't know me, I'm Edwin. I work as a game designer at Critical Force on Critical Ops game. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I I think there's a lot more, like we always say, but I mean, this update will tell a lot. I guess you would say. Well, I guess jumping straight into it, before we start talking about all the huge changes coming, just a reminder that the spring fair event is going to be it is going to be ending this week. So your last chance to get into the event and the game mode, the shotgun game mode for this week. But yes, 1.17, there has been much talk about what has been put into it, and I think this is, like, ever since I've joined Critical Force, I believe this is one of the biggest updates, in my opinion, at least. But yes, 1.17 is in beta right now, and everyone's asking, when is it going to be live? And the best I could say is soon, because we want to make sure that it's ready, and then that's why it's a beta, and then it's going to be live right after. So I guess we can jump straight into Rank Season 3. Okay. So, lots has changed. Ranked Season 3, I saw that we were able to add a new rank called Iron Rank. Is there a way that you could, let us know more about why that is, and yeah, how does that put into the different ranks that we have?
Yeah, so Iron Rank is pretty much a new rank on the bottom of the skill system, below Bronze. We wanted to give some new players and that are new to the game and doesn't necessarily possess the skill to kind of go forward. We wanted to give some steps on those early skill levels, so to speak, instead of being dropped on the bottom division of Bronze. So this should give you kind of clear progression wise, like clear progression from iron to bronze, and it should be fairly easy to climb up from iron to bronze as well. So yeah, that's a pretty much why I want to introduce the iron rank, just to kind of keep that bottom skill rated players some more like granularity to that. So
But by also adding this, it also changes the other tiers, right?
yes, yeah, of course, like with the addition of the iron rank, we also did some adjustments to the rank distribution. So what we basically are doing is that we distributed the ranks, like we have the kind of gap of skill rating, and we kind of adjusted it a bit to support the new rank and so on. So ranks from bronze and go bronze till platinum are a bit easier to reach now. Not by much, but a bit. And then master and spec ops are a bit difficult to reach. And of course, when with that also elite up. So, but yeah, that's kind of sums up the changes related to the rank, and I feel this is a healthy step forward and improves the system we initially added back, well, maybe a year ago or so. So
Yeah, I remember when how we used to have ranked back then. It was like kind of the point system versus how we have right now, and I do think it's it should take some time for the users to get to the higher tiers, the master, spec ops, and elite ops. But speaking of, I guess you would say, improvements, now starting from season 3, once you kind of queue to go into the game, you need to be into the game, right?
yeah. So what happened? Like currently on live, it's so that you're not like locked into the game during the warm up, even though you're kind of accepted for with the new beta, what we are having in beta, and which will be the new system for 1.17, is that you're going to be locked to the match after you've clicked that accepted button, and that means you cannot like dodge the match or whatever. So that should be an improvement regards that. So people cannot dodge anymore; they have to rejoin the match, or yeah. Which brings us actually to the other chains, like we're adding the penalties, which, well, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, previously, if you left, you get like, or disconnect or the left, you get a penalty. Yeah, I think it was like previously 3 times that you left, you get the penalty, like 20. It was quite hefty. Like we suspended you, banned from ranked. So the new system, we're calling it like gradual lever penalty. So how that is going to work is that like from first leaving or disconnection, you just get like a small duration of penalty, and then for the basically the more you do that in a row, the more penalties you will get. So that should also kind of encourage players to finish those ranked matches and whatnot. So
yeah,
all in all, good improvement.
I think so as well. I definitely do not like to experience the users dodging the game. So really glad that's been implemented, and I just kind of want to cover the amount of time. The first penalty for kind of just leaving is going to be 30-minute suspension. Second penalty would be a day suspension. Third penalty, 2-day suspension. Then fourth or more is going to be 7-day and up. So I think this is also a benefit for users that have accidentally DC'd or something, like something due to their Wi-Fi connection or something, or their internet connection. So it's definitely, I think it's a good change moving forward. But yes, great additions, and there was actually so much that we had previously talked about, Edwin, about just what can we do to improve ranked, and obviously we're taking some steps towards improving ranked right now. We couldn't add everything we wanted to in this update, as it already is a huge update. But just keep in mind we're gonna be moving forward to always try to improve the system that we have. But the next kind of changes is the rounds. So it's I saw that we are changing from 9 rounds in rank to 13.
Yep, yep, that's gonna be happening. We actually briefly mentioned this already.
Yes.
Back when we had the like competitive specials
Yes.
stream, I think you called it. So
Yes.
we kind of covered already there the kind of reveal that we have plans for moving from first to 9 rounds format to first to 13 rounds format, and that was basically because we wanted to lessen the impact of pistol rounds. So it's not, as the pistol rounds become a bit more less meaningful with more rounds for players to have chances for compacts, and also also we wanted to streamline the tournament, like what we're gonna be officially using in the tournament. So I think this is a good compromise in a sense. Like there was a lot of discussion regarding like 13 and 16 round formats and whatnot. So I think this is now a good compromise, and it's definitely gonna improve the pistol rounds as well. So
Yeah.
of course on the downside, it will mean that the ranked matches will be a lot longer compared to what they used to be with the 9 rounds. But I think this is still supports more the competitive aspects of our game, and I think the ranked should be more closer to our competitive scene as well. So I think all in all, this is cool, and I'm super excited about this change as well.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to jump into ranked once the new season starts. But I really think this is a huge, this is a good change because as we talked about, from 9 to 13 rounds, I mean, 9 rounds, I felt like when you were playing on one side, you didn't really have much time to get back if you were, it's just 13 rounds will give you more time to come back on the other team. And as we talked about in previous competitive stream, is what you mentioned, Edwin, about streamlining it with the tournaments, is that so users who play ranked will understand the same kind of gameplay that people experience in the tournaments that we have upcoming, like the circuit, for example. So when you play 13 rounds, you know when you're supposed to switch, you know how exactly it is going to be in the tournaments, and maybe in the future you yourself want to compete in the tournaments as well. So that's very awesome to have. And along with these changes, it's not like we're just changing to 9 to 13, but there's also different things that we kind of put in mind. For example, freeze time. And yeah, you changed that, right?
Yeah.
From
It
was 10 seconds before.
like, so we actually increased like the freeze time and the buy time both by 5 seconds. So freeze time goes up from 10 to 15, and buy time goes up from 25 to 30 seconds. And this is actually something that has been requested for a long time, and we just haven't had the chance to actually do that change. And like now with the ranked season 3 being like including tons of changes, we felt like this is a good opportunity to include those as well. And so yeah, that should give like well, the buy time obviously gives players more time to buy things on the beginning of the round, but the freeze time allows like the teams to actually do a bit more communication before the round starts. So yeah,
I think that's awesome. More time to communicate. What can you buy me? What can I buy you? And yeah, it's just I think it's amazing. I can't wait to jump into the next season. Along with the changes, there's also some changes in the profile. Let me show it to everyone here. For example, you can have your current seasons. You have the all seasons, preseason. So like as time goes on, there's going to be more that's added there. And I think this just having certain snaps. I don't think my stats are too good compared to a lot of you guys out there. But well, I'm almost at 90K kills at least. So something to be proud of over there at least. But
that's on custom games. Are you sure you haven't been farming those skills?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. um, but yes, besides those changes, there's also you would say the one of the most important changes this time, the faction weapons, and let's jump into that. Uh, Maybe I could show some slides where you guys could take a look and see some of the. That's not it, but this should be it. um, some changes. So faction weapons. Why was this put into the game?
Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be a long story, but yeah, like basically, oh no, I'll keep it short. Don't worry. So yeah, well, this is an idea that kind of came early this year, like, or actually last year, end of last year, somewhat. Uh, we kind of had this idea on like how could we kind of make the gameplay more interesting and more strategical, like depending on the faction, like kind of enforcing different playstyles for both of the factions. And naturally, kind of first that came to my mind was like, or our mind on the dev team was that we could split the weapons for the two factions, and not necessarily like split all of them, but like just split them and give them a bit more specified roles in the loadout, so to speak. So from that we then kind of decided that, hey, let's try this out. And I guess everyone remembers we had during Operation Warpoint, the in-game event we had during March or February. Well,
Yes,
anyways,
I believe.
beginning of the year, yeah.
Yeah.
Beginning of the year, and there we had the Warpaint Diffuse, and that was kind of a test run for the faction weapons. So yeah, players liked it actually. We received tons of positive feedback about it, and players were like, "Hey, bring this to ranked," and "Hey, we want this regular diffuse to be with these setups." Obviously, like back, the Warpaint diffuse didn't have any rebalancing done or any it was just pure split of weapons, and we actually anyways, we've moved forward with that and started designing and like rebalancing the weapons and kind of picked up what weapons goes on which faction. A lot of them are actually still shared weapons, so we didn't split every weapon. So still a lot of similarities, and so yeah, now we are here, patch 1.17 on beta, and it's gonna be live soon. So yeah, and yeah, I believe this, like, and with the balancing as well, we kind of really went ahead and tried to enforce different play styles of the factions. So it's gonna be. I'm super excited. Like, this is a big change, like you said, and super excited on seeing how this will change the high-level competitive strategies and whatnot. And so.
No, I definitely agree. I wanted to make a note. Some of the slides that we shown was, I believe, the kind of first iteration of the changes. So I've noticed some people in chats kind of saying, "Oh, your ratio should be on both." It actually is on both. So some of these slides actually that we've shown, I believe, may not have been updated. So I guess let me jump really fast to kind of mention what the changes has been. So pistols, P250 is going to be on both sides. Coalition, the Breach. GSR is going to be on both sides as well. The Coalition will have the XD alone. The MR96 and the Digo will be on both sides, both Coalition and the Breach. And the dual MTX will be on the Breach. Then you have the SMGs. The MP5 will be shared. The MPX and the Vector will be on the Breach, and the MP7 and the P90 will be on the Coalition. Then for the shotguns, the Super 90 will be shared. The FP6 would be Coalition, and the M1887 would be the Breach. And the last two categories, snipers and assault rifle snipers, TRG Eurasia will be shared, and the SVD will be for the Coalition, M14 will be for the Breach. Assault rifles, SA58 will be shared, the AK-47 will be, and the SG will be for the Breach, the M4 and the AUG will be for the Coalition, and the HK will also be shared. So just wanted to clear that up, as I saw the chat was like, right, why Eurasia not on both? Just to clear that up a little bit. But along with these different changes, there's has been a lot that has been put into all these different changes that we put so far into the factory weapons. There has been a ton of weapon balancing, and I guess we can start by talking about some of the changes we had. We have the AK price that has been decreased, and
Yep. So
yeah,
yep. Well, yeah, I can kind of go ahead and kind of those tons of price changes. Like
Yeah.
those are kind of like what's been done for quite, like I'd say, many of the weapons. So
yeah,
at least the assault rifles. So the price changes for, like, we've increased the price for AK and SG, and no, not increased, decreased AK and SG, and increased the M4 and AUG. And it was pretty much because we felt that it's a bit easier, like in our game, or in like diffuse type of game mode, it's a bit easier to defend because you're gonna kind of know always like what you kind of have only set of angles like the players can come from, and they're pretty, like I would say, easy to cover in a sense, and it's a bit easier to play as defense because all you kind of have to wait is that the players kind of push the offense to push, and because of that reason, the conclusion is that, hey, like defense, it of course means that it's because it's easier to win, it's easier to accumulate that economical upper hand when you kind of win rounds and you get that kind of cash position, and that's why we felt that the coalition weapons are a bit more expensive than the ones on the breach side. So yeah, so that kind of sums up the more or less all the price changes we're kind of adding. That's pretty much the reason for that. But
makes
yeah.
sense totally.
Yeah.
And then there was actually like I said earlier, weapon balancing, right? So some of the weapons have been buffed and some of the weapons have been nerfed as well. So
yeah. So yeah, let's start with the the snipers didn't get any changes this time around, other than there will be TRG and Eurasia are shared weapons, so Eurasia is on both factions, don't worry. And then we have M14 on the breach and SVD on coalition, so that's gonna be the sniper setup. And we didn't do any balance change on that. But for assault rifles, what we did was, we felt that we didn't really want to do too many changes, so we wanted to keep the changes to somewhat minimum and save potential new changes for the future, like ranked season 4 and so on. So and so we kind of wanted to keep it minimum, and the only kind of assault rifle that went through major change was the AUG. So AUG is now getting, I think it's a major buff, so we increased its damage. Of course, with the damage, we kind of because it's now really powerful assault rifle, we also gave it a bit slight nerf on the recoil, in the sense that the recoil is a bit more harder to control now than it previously was. So yeah, to kind of counter the kind of damage increase, because like if we increase the damage and it's still easy to use, then it's gonna be overpowered. But yeah.
I think it's about time for the buff for the
Yeah,
AUG.
yeah. So yeah, that pretty much sums up the assault rifles. Yeah, other than the price changes, of course. But I'm super excited and interested to see how the org will be played now with coalitions. So I think it provides interesting opportunities, considering its damage and whatnot. And yeah, and we'll be like monitoring the kind of feedback as well. Like I said, like hopefully we can introduce something new changes for like the next ranked season. So yeah,
Yep,
interesting stuff.
definitely. SMGs.
SMGs. Yeah, SMGs. We split. Went through the split already, but just to sum it up quickly, MP5 is gonna be for both MPX, and P90 is going to be for coalition, and then the actually I think I had it other way around. Sorry, my bad. I can't. So big list, I can't remember it myself. So yeah, MPX and Vector for the breach, and MP7 and P90 for the coalition. So for those we actually buffed MP5, not because of the faction weapons, but that's something that actually was requested for a long time. People have been saying that MP5 is not really useful and it doesn't really have the power it would require. So we increased its accuracy. We increased its accuracy so that the initial shot for MP5 is a bit more accurate, making it a bit more better weapon basically. So yeah. But then because of the faction weapons, we kind of rebalanced the Vector and P90 as well. Vector also has a lot of changes based on like unrelated reasons for the faction weapons, because again, feedback has been received that Vector is really overpowered and it's a really cheap weapon and whatnot. So
like a laser.
yeah, so we made it less laser, so it's a bit more inaccurate now.
Yeah.
So we decrease its accuracy. Because of that, we actually increase its damage a bit, because now that you can't really land those long range shots, we felt that it's okay to like have it shift the power more towards the low medium range. So that should kind of compensate that, and of course gave it a hefty price increase to kind of make it closer to P90, kind of have Vector as an like option on the breach side, whereas P90 is the option for the coalition. So, and yeah, for P90, I think it has had a huge spread, and it hasn't really. It's been a really good weapon for closer range because it does tons of damage, but like compared to Vector, it's kind of has fallen back on the accuracy part. So that's why we increased the P90's accuracy a bit. But on the other hand, we decreased its movement accuracy. That means like it's a bit more inaccurate when you're moving and shooting, but more accurate when you're standing still. So
yeah,
that should kind of make it a bit closer to Vector, but Vector is still a bit more accurate and kind of have the neat balance between those two SMGs.
Then now we have shotguns, the M1887.
Yeah. So yeah, M1887 is going to be the breach shotgun, and FP6 is the collision, and Super Anti is going to be shared. The only change that we did was for the M1887, and that's gonna be we reduced the burst spread, so it's gonna be like each shot you do with your shotgun is gonna be like the spread will be reduced now. So it's a more accurate shotgun now. Also, it's more accurate when you're moving, so that means that it's now being the breach weapon. This is more suitable for like kind of pushing forward and shooting while you move kind of shotgun. So that should create kind of interesting scenarios when played on the breach side. So.
Yup, and the final category is the pistols. So, people have been talking about the Deagle for quite some time.
Yeah.
So you could say that it's buffed.
Deagle
Yes.
is buffed. Deagle is buffed. I feel like the pistols are a bit interesting case in the sense that we didn't really split them as much as we did with the other weapons. So it's gonna be only like XD and MTX are gonna be split, and those two weapons are buffed a bit as well. MTX is buffed mostly, increased its damage and made it more accurate, so it can compete a bit against XD. And XD has its damage increased. No, not damage increased, but the damage drop off. Like basically, its range increased so that it's gonna be a bit more compatible against the other pistols. So and also we made it a bit more accurate as well. So they're both now kind of MTX and XD are both now really good for kind of close range, but also they maintain their power a bit on the medium range as well.
So then,
but yeah,
that now we talk about the most used pistols, the GSR and the MR96. So I would say they have been nerfed.
Yeah.
Would you
Well,
say?
yeah. So yeah. Well, nerf is a negative word. They're being rebalanced.
Rebalance. Okay, so
Yeah. So yeah,
slightly
GSR
nerfed.
yeah. So we noticed that GSR was really commonly used. Like GSR it's a really good like an upgrade pistol basically on the P250. So players were kind of naturally just picking the GSR, and the other pistols didn't necessarily get that much uses, so to speak. So like people didn't really use other pistols as much as GSR. So we felt that it's a bit GSR felt a bit too more like long range than it should be. So we decreased its range basically a bit. It's still a really good pistol, but it's not as good for longer range compared to, let's say, Amar or Deagle. So
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, which brings us to the Amar and Deagle. I kind of want to explain the Amar and Deagle case together because they're kind of tied in.
Yes.
The reason why like, so we first introduced Deagle back in what was it, last December, November,
I believe
late
so.
last year. So yeah, and I think that like back then the idea was that Deagle would be this really powerful high caliber pistol, and then it kind of achieved that. But once we went live, we kind of realized that yeah, it doesn't really make sense. It has like a lower damage than the Amar when it should be the highest caliber pistol in our game. So we kind of thought and sit on that, and yeah, decided to kind of swap the Amar and Deagle around basically. So Amar has now a little less damage, while the Deagle has more damage, and the Amar is actually now for higher range, and Deagle is a bit more closer range. And I think the major change we did for the Deagle is that the recoil now is easier to control. We didn't actually like change the recoil itself, but it had this camera recoil. So basically, the camera would just shake when you shoot with the Deagle.
Yeah.
Making it a very difficult pistol to control. But now we kind of removed that or toned it almost to zero. So it's gonna be it's still hard to control pistol, and it still kind of requires a bit skill to use, but not like it's still controllable, I think. So it's I'm interested, like now they're kind of, I feel like this is how we kind of originally intended to do pistols, like the Amar and Deagle to be. So and now kind of with the other huge like weapon balance update with the faction weapons, it kind of felt made sense to do that kind of changes as well. And also like an interesting change as well for the Amar, we decreased its price, so it's gonna be only like 500 on the views. So it will allow you, like if you want to buy MR instead of Deagle, you kind of have to cast for nades or whatnot. So it's gonna be. I'm interested to see how this will change the pistol rounds and yeah.
Okay, so in summary, Og has been buffed. Vector has been changes. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I guess you wouldn't say buffed or nerfed. P90, N1887, Deagle, MTX, XD has all been buffed, and GSR MR96 has been slightly nerfed. And definitely, like I think a lot of our users have been used to how everything is, and I can tell you now that with the introduction of factional weapons and all this different weapon balancing, like it just test it out yourself. Play it, see how the guns are, and just experience it yourself. And then, if you do have some more comments, you have some suggestions, send them in. Let us know your thoughts. But test them out first, because I know off the bat, a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, I don't like that change, or I don't like this change. But definitely give it a try, and I do think that you will enjoy this update that we have coming up. And talking about the changes with the economy, there has been changes as well. So I believe before, when you are when you play in the pistol round and you kind of lose, we talked about this in the competitive stream. So like as a possibility, but now I guess it's confirmed that there is some economy changes. So the pistol round won't be as punishable, or you won't be as punished if you do lose the pistol round, right?
Yeah. So yeah. This was like something we all like we kind of had this idea and mentioned that hey, this is something we can do. Also, like people were kind of skeptical about the 13 rounds versus the 16 rounds. So we kind of threw then this idea of like, what if we change the economy? And what we basically did was now that with 1.17, we're gonna be introducing a higher loss reward for the pistol rounds. So what it basically means, like on the system, it means that hey, you're gonna be, if you lose the pistol rounds, the first round or the like round after this team swap. So what it means that you start like one level above like this, like the loss count reward, because everyone like, well, so most of the players who are listening are familiar with the diffuse, and it goes like, if you lose, you get like X amount of cash, and the more you lose, the more you lose in a row, the more you get the reward. So how it basically works now is that you will kind of start as if you were as if you would have lost 2 rounds in a row. So
Yes.
you will get that extra cash from losing the pistol rounds. On top of that change, we also changed how it will be reset. So now on live, and previously we would work so that if you win one game, the count would be reset. So you kind of have to kind of start from the beginning of the loss reward cycle. But now it only kind of decreases by 1 step, means that you kind of get the benefit of the loss reward for a longer period of time. Meaning that hey, if you're like imagine you lose like 5 rounds in a row, you're like, the situation is kind of like 0 to 5, and then you manage to win 1 round, it's 1 to 5, and then you got previously you would have the loss reward reset and you would lose. It would impact heavily on the losing side's economy, but now it will give you that kind of, it's not as harsh if you don't like win many rounds in a row in the like after that lose streak. So you still have that chance of comeback after just winning 1 time after that loss row. So I believe this is like, I think this is like, yeah, I'm super excited about this change combined with the round change. So I'm very interested to hear what the players are thinking about this, and especially how this will be turned out in the competitive scene. So
definitely,
yeah.
I think all of our competitive players do welcome this economy change, and please note this is this is really important stuff that's happening, and I know a lot of you guys, are here like, like win this giveaways. Don't worry, we'll get to them soon. Like we said, this is a huge update, and all this actually impacts how your experience in playing Diffuse. It's not, when you're playing ranked, you're gonna experience this. You're gonna experience the economy changes, all the different faction weapons. When you're playing regular Diffuse, it's the same thing. So it affects how you play, and yeah, I can't wait to just like you said, Edwin, to get their feedback and see how it is for our players as well. Um, but yes, anything you want to add before we move on?
I kind of basically wanted to kind of sum up on what game modes these changes are actually affecting, and like so in TDM and gun game there will be like there are not going to be like faction weapons, so you can still go and practice all the weapons and whatnot in TDM, and when you're hosting your custom room, you can still like select the weapons you want on both factions. You can kind of do your own faction weapons design in that when you're hosting a custom host room. So that's going to be like where that is limited, and the round changes and the freeze time are only tied into the ranked diffuse experience. So the quick diffuse is still going to be like first to 6 rounds, and it will actually have a bit altered economy as well compared to the ranked. So but the economy change that I just mentioned, that's going to be for diffuse and ranked diffuse as well. So yeah,
Awesome. Important changes.
that is awesome. Yeah, important changes, big changes, and yeah, awesome stuff. I'm this was like a team effort. I'm super happy about the work our development team did, and this is true. Like I think this is a big update in a sense that I can't remember when was the last time we've had so many changes coming in one patch. So
Yeah, I remember the very first time we just talked to each other about some of these changes, and I'm glad it actually made it to the game as well.
yeah,
But yeah, I guess it's just to make sure that we cover everything. Some more like changes to mention. There's some grenade improvements, improved accuracy of grenade damage. So the frag grenades should feel more consistent now. And I believe we also had the spring recoil animation system. So we can you do you want to talk a little bit about that?
well, yeah, sure. I can give you some. So basically, we didn't like people have been kind of people have noticed this change in the sense that the recoil would have changed for weapons, but in reality, we didn't do any changes for all of the weapons, like the recoil wise, except for the ones that are listed in the faction weapon update related change. So we didn't really like the recoil doesn't actually change for it's only changing the visual animation and how I would say the weapon recoil feels on the weapon. So the the animation should be more dynamic and smooth when you're filing, and kind of adding a bit randomness so it feels more realistic, I would say. So
Yeah.
it's I think it's a beautiful change to the game. It makes it feel more realistic, but on the other hand, I guess it takes some time to get used to. So yeah.
Yep, definitely. And before we get to Q&A, just some quick updates. We have the influencer program. So those of you that have been waiting for that, let me pull this up real fast again. For you to sign up, you just go to our website, criticalopsgame.com, and then you scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's a apply here. You can actually sign up through there. But it has been updated, so those of you that have been waiting, you can go ahead and sign up there. And remember that those of you that have signed up before, you need to make sure that you sign up on this new form, and we'll be checking that regularly to accept new members into the influencer program. But yes, the program has been updated, and there's some different changes that we had in there, and we can't wait for more of you guys to sign up. And the next bit of information, the Critical Ops Circuit, that was actually released last week. And this is one of our official events that we have been teasing for a while. And just in time with this awesome new update, 1.17, with all the different faction weapons and everything. So everyone will need to, I guess, it's just like a same playing field, right? Like everyone's learning how to get into this circuit now. So Critical Force, we have partnered with Critical Ops League to bring you the first season of the Critical Ops Circuit. This is open for everyone. There is going to be certain requirements, but those will be listed actually later on this week. So on the website, you'll be able to see more information about the requirements for you to join, and the prizes that you can get, and more. So we teased last week that this is a total prize pool for $15,000, and the circuit actually starts very soon, in next month, July 2020. And the signups for North America and Europe begin June 30th, and the SA region is going to be July 7th, 2020. So again, if you're looking for more information on the circuit, we're actually going to be posting that this week. So keep an eye out in our announcement. You'll be able to see more about the pricing and more details about it. But with that being said, I believe we can get into some Q&A. I know we talked for quite some time. We'll get to some case giveaways, I promise. But right now, I think that was a lot of information to kind of absorb, and I'm sure that a lot of you have different questions, and this is the time for you to ask, and also you can also feel free to give suggestions as well. But yeah, I guess let's just jump into it.
Okay, let's shoot. I guess, well, first thing we could actually cover one question. There were like people noticed some questions related to the Critical Ops Reloaded. I think it's safe to guide players interested in the Asian version of our game to our website and see the FAQ in our website related to Reloaded. So, but yeah, Molotov was asked again. Molotov, it's an interesting idea. Been asked quite many times. Who knows? Maybe in the future. Players did ask Legal for quite a while, and that's in our game at the moment. So never say never to anything, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah. Then when we can play rank again? Another question. Well, the plan is to enable ranked season 3 like soon after it hits the live. So soon, TM. So
yes.
Yeah. And yeah, I didn't say we were gonna have Molotov, but it's a possibility at least. What else? What else? Did you spot any other?
Well, there's a bunch. I'm just trying to catch up. The circuit will be the regions in the circuit will be NA, EU, and SA. To answer your question, we talked about ranked rewards before. It's not out of the question, but yeah.
Well, sadly, there will be not any ranked rewards yet for the season 3. Yeah. As you've seen in the patch note, but that is definitely something we've considered in the future. But yeah, I will just wait and see in the future. I do like the idea of having some rewards in the ranked thing, but It's more about figuring out what exactly would be good for players to actually hand out from that part of the game and whatnot. So
I think overall
yeah,
we're just looking into, what those of you that spend a lot of time in the game.
yeah,
We want to make sure that you're rewarded, so we are looking into that just so that
yeah,
everyone knows.
yeah, yeah, and it's also about like it's also like figuring out when would be the good time to develop such feature. We have bunch of requests from the players, and we of course want to do most of them. We want to like, hey, this is a cool idea, and we want to do this and that. But let's just say that our wish list of features, like players want and we as a developers want to do, is quite large. So it's also about kind of adjusting to the kind of resources we have at available. So yeah.
Yep. Someone asked about, will the circuit finals be LAN? No, it would not be. This is all online. And again, like I've mentioned before, I'm happy that I will be able to get out of my house by 2021. So this is the it's going to be online to answer your question.
What else? What else? Custom crosshairs. Again, it's something we have considered. Can't promise anything, but yeah, interesting like idea. We've kind of been requested for a long time as well now, so we'll see.
Yes, I think there's we have talked about. I talked to Nigel about. He mentioned that there maybe we should have some kind of like list of things that people have brought up during stream. So like custom crosshair, no trading. There's so much different things that has been brought up every single time. Molotov and just to make sure everyone knows what's going on.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah, map related stuff. I cannot speak on behalf of Nigel and the map crew, but I'm sure then that there will be new maps in the future introduced.
Yes.
What else? What else? We have. What is the time period when stacked lever penalties start disappearing? Well, cannot really discuss details on that, but there is a timer when the penalty level is gonna be dropping down. So if you're behaving and not leaving the games, you should be clear. What else?
Chat's just going so nuts.
Will there be new weapons because of this faction weapons change? I would be like, it would be really interesting to see another weapon, a new weapon in Critical Ops. So it is again like something maybe in the future.
I mean, I think how faction weapons is set up, it sets us up to be able to add like weapons strategically, right? Like to think about, hey, this is kind of missing.
Yeah.
And I think it's,
I think it's worth mentioning that like with the faction weapons we can always like readjust how they're split, so balance, like if we feel like, hey, maybe this weapon should be for only this faction and whatnot, we can kind of do those kind of adjustments in the future as well. So everything can be rebalanced, so to speak. So but yeah, interesting ideas for new weapons. We like scoped assault rifle, double-barreled shotgun. Interesting options, really. We often try to, when we're picking like what weapons to do next, we're kind of course, listening to the community, what kind of weapons community would like to see, but also kind of add weapons where it makes sense. Like there's certain roles that like the weapons hold in our game, so. It's important for us to kind of, when we're introducing something new, that it kind of serves a specific purpose in our game. So, yeah, I do like the ideas of scoped assault rifles and at least. So interesting idea. Interesting idea.
Yeah, someone mentioned about tournaments. So tournament-wise, like I said previously, the circuit is one of the first things that we want to make sure that we have that's ongoing throughout the years. Uh, so it's we plan to have at least two seasons of the circuit each year. That is the plan currently. And in the future, if everything goes correctly of how we want it to go, then we can add another type of tournament after, the pro league after, and then we can look into like things like the LAN event. And someone just in the chat just was like, hey, this is something that I guess I can say before we post the information on the site. The winner, the winners, I guess you would say, the winners of the circuit for season one will all get a special skin, weapon skin, in the game. So you will all receive a special skin, winner skin, for winning the circuit. I can just leak that right now, before the other information is out. So I think it's really cool. We've been talking about different things that we can have as prizes, and I believe that's one of the coolest prizes. Um, I I hope I can get myself that. I can feel like a I am part of the whole circuit uh, process. But yes, it's going to be pretty cool, and can't wait for you guys to see that later.
Yeah. So what was it? Select map for ranked. That's an interesting idea. It's something that we have considered. I do think if players would be enabled to kind of choose their own maps, that would make maybe some of the less popular maps kind of obsolete in our game. So I think to kind of give all the maps a bit more love, it's important that we kind of do something else than just selecting your maps. So, but interesting idea we've considered, and like I said, something to kind of maybe in the future. Wingman, but with 3 people. We kind of tried out we've been kind of testing, we've been introducing event game modes now quite regularly, and we've given more some of them have been kind of for testing different type of things. We added the triple threat, for example, last Winter Fest.
Yes.
So which was pretty much like one side defuse with 3 versus 3 and with pistols only. So we've definitely kind of been exploring those ideas. So if you really like that stuff, be sure to kind of give that feedback and whatnot. So maybe in the future we can do something as a regular mode.
And I've regarding feedback, I saw another something that's kind of related. So how can I report bugs and stuff like that? You can actually jump into our Discord and give some suggestions, and our Discord is pretty lively. I guess you would
There's
say.
yeah. There's also our official Reddit and
Reddit,
whatnot, where you
yes.
can always throw some suggestions. Kick system. Kick system is I guess that would be only for ranked. Well, I don't know. Anyways, kick systems in general, I feel those are easily abusable unless those have very tight rule sets on when you can kick and when not. So it's yeah. But it's I do believe it solves some of the issues we currently have. Like if people are leaving and whatnot, you don't necessarily want to play the full match or what. So it's definitely something as well we've considered. What else?
Will you
Mute
add
system.
different player models for
Different
every
player
map?
models. Every map.
I don't think so.
That's
I mean, we did talk about like some custom character things, but nothing set in stone yet. But yeah, I guess I can just leave that there.
oh.
The
Well,
update's not
voice
today.
chat.
No.
What? Yeah, voice chat is something we've kind of heard requested quite many times.
Yes.
It's been again is something we've considered, but like it would take a lot of times to develop and whatnot. So it's on those like maybe list in the future. I'd say like it's yeah.
Our maybe list
You,
is
yeah,
is huge.
yeah. Like I said, it's a huge list, and we try to prioritize on what makes the most impact and what actually what would be fun to create for the players as well. So
Yeah.
and the faction weapons is going to be for competitive play as well, correct?
Yes.
But we're gonna be like the plan is to use the same format as in our in-game ranked as like in our competitive scene as well.
Yep. Let's do a few more, and then
Sure.
we can jump into game, and users can still ask questions and give suggestions after. It's just I think a lot of you guys have been waiting, and yeah, we'll give some Spring Fair cases actually away instead of standard this time. So you do a couple, and I do a couple, and maybe like two each, and then we're done.
Two each.
For now.
Okay, two each. Two. All right. Let me just quickly. I don't know. I'll just quickly take.
Someone says, "Do you have a list of things that says maybe in the future?" I guess you would say it's kind of called the backlog.
It's it's well, yeah. There is a list that says stuff maybe in the future, and I can tell you that it's a very long list, and it's we try our best to pick those things that you are most passionate about seeing in our game, and yeah.
Yes, along with
But yeah,
the different lists says do not add to game in the future.
so yeah, let me just quickly pick up two names for you. Let's see. Let's pick up. I'll actually link these to you on text chat. What if that's okay?
Oh yeah, that's totally
Yeah,
fine.
I'm gonna say those out loud in the sec. So we're gonna be handing out what skins or cases were those again? Spring Fair, right?
Spring Fair. Actually,
Yeah, okay.
can you choose at least five?
Five.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
All right.
that's they have been waiting for quite some time. So let's
Yeah. All right. Let me pick three more then. There we go. Just give me a second. I'll give you those names in a sec. Oh, actually, goddamn, I forgot one thing. Never mind, I failed. Let's pick up. Let's just give me a second. Sorry, this is. I'm bad at quickly browsing at the chat to pick some names. So let's take first one being Rocco. So that's one. Then let's pick up Dash Radiant Dash. Then pick up God 4P. Then let's pick up underscore Mr. Spy underscore and then one last one Mistaken Medusa. So yeah, that should be
Okay, I'm gonna pick five. Scopeless, Kazuyai, Yahweh. We have Q space A space Q, and we have VICCY. Congratulations. So we'll do more giveaways after this first game that we're gonna have. So we're gonna play diffuse game, and it's gonna be first to six, and there's gonna be 8 players on each side to get the room set up really fast. And I'll have the same password as I did before. And let me send this to you. You should be able to join that easily. Yes. And remember that you need to be in the beta version to be able to join the viewer games today. So we are on the beta version. And once we start the game, again, you can go ahead and jump into the chat and ask more questions, and as well give more suggestions that you may have. So currently, right now, you know, you don't have to put your IGNs anymore. You'll just be kind of exercising your hands a bit, but giveaways is not right now. All right, were you able to get in?
Just give me a second.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
Okay, cool. Let me say the code. The code is QBD, and the password is crazy. And this is only for beta version. And I would ask that if you do play this game, for the users that do play this game and the next game that we do play, please don't join the game, so that we have more chances for others to join. But yes. Let me jump to here real fast, and we'll get the game started. Everyone joined, right? And here we go. So again, at this time, feel free to ask questions, or if you have suggestions, please feel free to put it into the chat, and I'll do my best to look at it. Someone says Molotov would be amazing. For instance, a map in Raid Heaven, impossible to take with a Molotov, it would be way better. That would be pretty cool. I definitely agree. When can we update the game? When the game is live. Right now it's still in beta, so once beta is done, it'll be live. Can you add a feature to press to scope to release to shoots? I think someone has mentioned this before. We have talked about it. There's nothing concrete about it yet, but yes. If keep giving these suggestions. Custom crosshair settings that has been talked about for quite some time. We would, I think it's a great idea, and it has been talked about. But it's just about how to implement it, where it's smooth. That we need to look into. But yes. But yes.
Yeah.
Can we have test flight link? It should be in announcements. If not, then we can. It might have been quite some time ago, so maybe we can post that again. Repost the test flight link and the beta link for those of you that's interested into getting to beta. Oh, actually, Dahlia, thank you. And thank you, not just Dahlia, but as well as all of our moderators is helping out in chat. Thank you again. And yes, there's a link right there where you can get the test flight. And I mentioned how long will it take for the game to go live. It's just as soon as beta is done, we can get it to live. Someone has been asking about the critical pass. I don't think there's much we can talk about the pass yet. I guess you would have to say when the update is live, you'll be able to see. Something to warm up your aim. I think that would be pretty cool. Um, oh gosh.
Oh dear God, I'm so bad at this game.
There's just this is not the biggest map, and there's 8 players on each side. So it's actually amazing.
Nerf everything.
Someone says talk about your gloves. I'm not wearing the gloves.
Oh.
I'm playing with my hands. And then someone says my skins are nice. Thank you. You know, I use lotion to make sure that my skin is actually pretty nice. So, thank you for noticing. Someone says, please leave beta. I don't think that would be the best choice right now. I think we're in the middle of the game. But, and I actually like the beta. Can you enable skill rating for everyone? Someone asks Arrow, Edwin,
Yep.
the whole skill rating.
Yeah. So yeah. Reason we have hidden their skill rating for lower skill players is because I can honestly say it might sound weird, but it's a psychological decision to do that. We feel like it might be a bit intimidating for more casual players, especially on the lower end, that they have like a number that is going down. You're losing something, which will result on players not playing ranked as much as we would like them to play. So it is something we've considered, and we might do it in the future, but currently that's why it's not enabled for everyone. If that made sense.
Yes, I think it made sense. There is a animation bug on the tac tool. If you have more information, please send it in so we can take a look. Someone said Arctic is a waste map. I think it's a snow map. It's obvious. There's a bunch of snow. Um, Someone says Molotov. Recommending again. I again don't get me wrong. I like the idea of Molotov, but it has to be if we were to have that in the game, it has to be carefully thought. Someone says I'm on fire. I'm not on fire. It would be pretty. I would be pretty concerned right now. Okay, I'm gonna try this deagle.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay.
Someone says explain firebomb, and I mean there's fire, and it's a bomb. So firebomb.
Firebomb.
This
Oh well.
So someone mentioned again about rank rewards. Again, we have been looking into it. I believe. I mean, not just elite ops. I mean, maybe elite ops could have maybe a different kind of reward, but I think there should be rewards for anybody playing ranked. Oh crap! I feel like I'm so late. Trying to keep up with chat. Will you add more slots in the for friends list in the future? I don't have an answer for that. I don't. It has been talked about, but can I show players? I can, or after this. Wow! Here we go. So again, everyone that's in this game, please make sure that you're not in this game next game.
Oh, someone has the Vector Special Delivery skin. I think that's one of my favorite skins.
Special delivery.
Yeah, the pizza skin for Vector.
Ooh, nice. So
Although I do prefer the Death Mental Tell No Tale skin, which is the one with the pirate things.
Someone says talk about my in-game gloves. I mean, they gloves that go on your hand. They are holding my weapon here. What else do you want me to talk about?
I have the black parsley skins that you like gloves that you got from, I think that was Armory. Previous Armory event. They're pretty cool. I like them. I do like the skins as well that we introduced now in the Spring Fair. I can't remember name of those.
Yeah, I like those as well.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah.
Someone says sticker for guns. I mean, I don't think that's. I mean, can you imagine everyone using stickers instead of using guns? It's just. I don't think the game would be that competitive anymore. Okay. Someone asked about frag skins. I don't have
frag skins.
Yeah, do you have any comments on that?
So basically, yeah, because they're gonna be different. Like there's different styles you can do that. But I would assume what you're referring is to like have a counter of frags made with that weapon. Basically, like the statistics of that weapon visible in the side of that's what that's the kind of request we're having now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, it's interesting idea.
Yeah.
We have played around with similar ideas. Again, it's in the long list of ideas. Could be added maybe in the future or could be not. So I do find it interesting. I personally I would like to see those added as well, like kind of like something different to the weapons. So yeah. Oh no. Okay, my KD is like 0.2.
Okay, someone says Easter eggs. Nigel mentioned last time it's not April anymore, so there. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be any more Easter eggs right now. But yes, Easter eggs. To be a little bit more serious, I think it'd be cool to have certain things, and I'm pretty sure, as you have seen, there's different things that you guys have found before. So, yeah, it's definitely stuff that we're interested in. Someone says, talk about. I I don't know. I don't understand that.
Talk about boat.
About I don't know what you're
Boat.
talking about.
About what?
Someone says talk about Deagle and dragons. I mean, Deagle is a weapon, and dragon is a mythic creature, right?
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Man, some of these questions are pretty easy.
Oh. Free for all. Well, that's yeah. I would like to see free for all. That's interesting idea. Well, would make sense. Who knows? Hopefully, in the future, we could have something similar to free for all.
I mean,
Not promising anything, but like, still like, yeah, would like to see that.
I mean, it can't always be free for all, though.
Like free for all deathmatch, for example. Like
Oh yeah,
everyone
yeah,
against.
that would be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Missions with credits. Unfortunately, the credits are currently something that you have to purchase in our game.
Hey, I
So-
made it at the top.
I didn't make it at the top. I was at the very bottom. If you flip it, I would be in the top.
Yes, I could just turn my.
I would say I was. I
can
would
turn
say
my
I
iPad
was
around.
best of. I would say I was the best of the worst. So can't beat that.
Can't. Can't.
So yeah. So are we gonna yeah play another game or
Yeah. Well, let's. Some people have been talking about Deagle and Dragon.
Eagle and Dragons?
Yeah,
Eagles
and
Dragons. Yeah.
and
So
I guess to talk more about that.
yeah,
I mean, like I said
Yeah.
earlier, it's just a Deagle is a weapon,
indeed.
and the dragon is the creature. But we'll
Although yeah,
go ahead.
I did some detective work though. What
Yeah.
I went to our criticalopsgame.com website and
Yeah.
I went to the updates bits and it says Deagles and Dragons is a new in-game event.
Oh yes.
So
So it's
Yeah.
so to talk more about that, it's a upcoming event. It's actually included into this update. So hence I said, this is a huge update, and there has been a lot of work, and kudos to all of our team of making all this happen. But the next event is Deagle and Dragons. We actually have another stream scheduled for next week, actually, and we're gonna bring Nigel back on stream so he can talk about some things. And but yes, it's a huge update, and expect the next event to be Deagle and Dragons. We'll get more into that event starting next week. But yes, let's right now hold on to your questions and your suggestions. We're gonna pick 5 names each to get spring
Again?
cases. Yes, again.
5. Oh boy.
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
Let's yeah.
But
All right. I'll prepare myself.
yes.
To get those 5 names.
So
Okay, 5 names. Okay.
So put your IGNs exactly how it is in the game right now, and we'll try to just choose. I have the chat here, and again, if you did win, please make sure you give some time for the cases to arrive. As obviously we're on stream, we can't just send them right now. So, but yes, 5 names from me, 5 names from you.
Oh yeah, just give me a second. I'll be giving you them in a moment. All right, let's see. Let's take this and that and that one. Then let's go with, let's pick up that one, and then. All right. I have the names now. I will.
You go first.
I go like all 5 first.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll post it the list on chat as well. So, but yeah, first I picked up ZD316. Then second one was underscore ZY, how you spell it. Then we have 12 with with the regular V's, and Demon Hunter with the O being a 0, and then we have Noob Zeke all together. Yeah, that's my 5 pick of 5.
My 5 is. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I hope I didn't pick up anyone from the last 5.
No. Well, I mean, if you did, then it's their lucky day.
Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah. So my 5 is KAABE. Congratulations. We have Shanks, SHANKS. Congratulations. Lone, LONE. We have Verdict. And we have underscore HASEEB underscore. Congratulations to you 5 as well. Yes, but congratulations, you guys. We're going to jump into one more match at least. Yes, we have time for one more, and then we're going to have to say our goodbyes this time. But don't worry, we'll be having another stream next week. So let me get into here and host another game.
Are we going to have a similar game to last?
Sure. Yeah, but how about you choose the map this time?
I choose the map.
Yes.
Okay.
What map do you want to play on? This last game that we have on stream.
I was thinking maybe we could play gun game. I haven't played gun game in a while, so.
Oh, gun game. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do that then.
What? Yeah.
Sure.
Now that if I pick the game mode, maybe you can pick the map.
No. I would like you to be able to choose. What map and what game? Game mode is gun game.
Let's do gun game on raid.
On raid.
Yeah, I have a confession to make. I do like raid. I think that's my favorite map.
Cool. No, I like raid as well.
Yeah. Others might have other opinions, but I do like raid.
Yes.
But yeah.
Okay, so max players 8 on each side.
Yeah, 8.
Okay.
Maximum amount of players. Let's go.
Let me change this a bit. Okay, I think we're ready to host on raid. Let me get you the code.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Let me get this ready for everyone else. And again, if you joined the first game, please make sure that you don't join the next game. So this way we have more different people to be able to play on in the game. But yeah, I forgot to mention that the players that did win let's say I took a screenshot in the last game. At the end of the game, you do get one Spring Fair case as well. So same thing applies to this game. Well, actually, this game is going to be one winner, right? So
Well,
technically,
this is a team game, so
a team game. Okay.
well, like gun game, but you have two teams here, though. Even though the winner is kind of highlighted as an individual, but
So maybe you can work together to make sure that that person.
yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
So the team that wins will all get one Spring Fair case as well.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then, should there be a little bit more uprising for the person that does win? That'd be pretty cool.
What?
The person that
Like
wins.
someone who, yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's not go too wild here. You can decide.
I could decide.
Yeah.
Being
Like,
wild is like.
You can. You'll take the responsibility of handing out.
Like
the
being
cases.
wild is like gifting the user that wins like something special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, I haven't put the code in yet. Oh, okay. So gifting the winner like a knife, for example, that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yes. But yeah, why don't we just try it out this time? Just see how it goes. So you have to be in beta. Make sure that you're on beta version, and actually, it kind of eliminates the people that played last round, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't really work that way. How about this? We'll give a knife out towards the end of stream before we end, and we'll give everyone equal chance to be able to get that. But same thing, like I said earlier, for this, your team wins, you get one Spring Fair case, and if you are the winner, you will get 10 Deagle and Dragons event cases upcoming next time. So if you're the winner that this displayed that you got to 15 first, then you'll be able to get that. So here you go.
Right. Did we get enough? We're just the two of us here.
Yes, I put it in the chat. OSF is the code. Password is I like raid. OSF, I like raid. Was there something wrong with the code?
Should not be wrong. We got players joining.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we got. Yeah. Let's restart this
Had
once
we-
everyone's like.
Yeah, once everyone's in, we'll restart
Yeah.
it.
Whoa! I see like players have been getting that player level up as well.
Yeah?
We have.
Okay. Let's restart it.
Yeah. Cool.
May the odds be forever in everyone's favor. Wow.
I'm so gonna be dead.
But yes, feel free to ask questions and suggestions in the chat. But
Oi.
wow. Well, we host official tournaments only with COL. I don't think that is. We're just going to be working with one organizer for everything. Although I would like to note that they do really well in organizing, and that's why we decided to work with them in the first place with the circuit. So But yes, I mean, there's nothing kind of set in stone right now. Are you playing Claw? Yes, I am. I'm just kind of distracted. When the ranked is back soon, once live is up out there. Someone says, please fix matchmaking. I believe that's the goal with some of the changes that we had.
Well, like, I would say, like, fix what exactly? Like,
Oh yeah.
as far as we're concerned, there's nothing to be fixed. Maybe improved upon, but you have to be specific on what you would like us to improve on that sense. So, and that actually, like, interesting point. Like, people often like, for example, what would you like? What would you like describe as a fair matchmaking system? Like, what would you expect from a matchmaking system that is fair?
A match. What would I
Like,
expect to be fair?
Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah. What would be like? Yeah. What in your opinion? What would you expect?
I mean, just in general, I would. I mean, this some of the stuff that we're talking about before. Improve, like making it harder for users to actually get to Spec Ops and Elite Ops.
But that's not really about the matchmaking though. That's about the like ranking
Oh.
system though. And that's yeah. I would like personally. I would say that the purpose of the matchmaking is to kind of get players into equal matches. Wouldn't you agree with me? Like, there's equal chance for both teams to win the round.
Oh god.
So when you think of it, that means that both teams have like 50% chance of winning because the other 50, like they're both having the same chances for winning, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
That leaves us with the fact that it's basically a coin flip. That would be like the result of a like fair matchmaking, which means that there's always a losing team, and that's just the unfortunate situation that sometimes, even though how fair the matchmaking system would be, there's still that 50% of teams that will be end up losing because, well, that's always when two teams are playing against each other. There's always the losing team as well. So, no, doesn't something to think about. But yeah, whoa, we are losing. Time to take that knife out.
Good shot.
Where is everyone? Don't let the guy win. Oh no.
I want the guy to win. Then I get a Spring Fair case. What?
Oh, there's two. Oh yeah. Now it's our team winning. Oh, who's we? Oh, so many players. Oh snap!
It's gonna be interesting. Who wins?
It's gonna be interesting. Not me though. I can tell you that. Oh, so many last levels though. Holy shit.
Thoughts on player stacking, like
where?
No, someone said that in the chat.
Oi. Oh no, I could have knifed. Oh, someone won.
Oh.
Well, congratulations.
Coalition wins. Congratulations to you. Smoggy. Take a screenshot of this.
Well, nice.
Okay, I will send, once the event is live, I'll be able to send some cases to you. Oh, that was fast! Wait. Okay. I was able to take a screenshot after. Okay, so... Awesome.
Cool.
I think that's all the games we have for today. Oops. Close room. There you go. Okay. We talked about the new Iron Rank earlier. Please do check the VOD in earlier the stream, so you can catch all the important information about this update. I believe we should do at least one more giveaway. And did I say that we were gonna give a knife? I think I did.
What? You said we would be giving a knife.
Yeah.
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 If you're giving out a knife, I have a suggestion that we could do.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not gonna go into details, but so there is with the Deagles and Dragons, there will be somewhat special knife skin added in the game. I would say it's a very special knife model and skin. That is.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe we could hand that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can't show what it is, but we could talk about it, and that person will get this special knife.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
Okay. Let's do that. We can announce the winner the next stream that we have next week. Does that sound good? Well, actually,
So announce winner
no,
next.
actually, no. They have to. They're rolling today, so we have to announce the winner today. But then we can show what it is next week. Okay, mine's.
We can show what it is next week. Yeah.
Yes, but we'll
Show
pick
what
the
it
winner
is
today.
next week. Like I can give you a little spoilers about it. A little, a little treat for you all about like what's it about. So it's gonna be a knife skin for the new event. It's also gonna feature as a weapon in the new event, possibly in the new event game mode.
Mhm.
So, and yeah, that's about as spoilers I'm willing to give you guys this time around. But yeah,
Okay.
let's speak. And also actually something that I was also thinking of sharing is that. Just give me a second. Give me a moment. All right. So, yeah, one more thing about that special knife we'll be handing out.
They're already
Well,
ready.
never mind. Yeah. All right. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was trying to look for the name of this skin, but let's keep that as a spoiler for next time. All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Do I pick the guy or do
Yes.
you pick the guy?
Yes, you get to pick the person.
All right. Let's wait for a little while. So let's to sum up what we're doing now is we're gonna pick one person that we're gonna reward a skin from the upcoming Deagles and Dragons event. So we're kind of going ahead of time, and that knife skin is gonna be maybe featured as a weapon in a game mode, a potential game mode. I'm not saying that there is, but there might be. So, and yeah, more on that next week stream. But we'll be picking the winner. I'll be picking. Okay, I'm ready. I'll be picking. I'll be picking now.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be taking. Let's take a bunch of names there. It's my random generator running here and picking up the name. So let's see. Let's pick up. Let's pick up a person named. I'm gonna leave it to you. It's gonna be a person named Kaito. dash.
Okay.
So congratulations, you are now a proud owner of a yet unrevealed skin
Yes.
for a knife.
Kaito Dash.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. And again, this won't appear in your account until after. This is after the event starts. So this also goes to the winner of the gun game earlier. So your cases will not show up until after the event starts. I think
Basically after the update goes live. So
yes, the update has to go live, and then the event has to actually start, and then you'll be able to get that into your accounts.
yeah.
But yeah, don't know.
Cool.
I hope we didn't break any rules. But yeah, that's
I don't think so. This is fine.
okay. All right. Why don't we do
This is fine, this is
why don't we
fine.
do this? I think a lot of people are still kind of putting their IGNs in. Let's pick 5 each, 5 more each for the spring fair.
Spring fair case.
Spring fair case. I mix those two words together. But 5 more names each person, and then we'll say our goodbyes. So you can pick. I can also pick 5 names.
So yeah. Let's see. I'll just take again random names. Let's see. Let's pick up. Okay, I'll be just cleaning up my list quickly.
I'm almost done.
Oh, five. You said 5?
5, please.
Okay. So 5 for cases. I'll again post it to you as well.
Cool.
So
Let me do a quick recap about everything, and then we can say our names, the names that we've chosen, and we can say goodbye.
Yeah.
So okay. So remember, the Spring Fair event ends this week, so get on that if you're get the last chance to get into the Spring Fair. But okay, so today we talked about one of the largest updates we have had in the game, introducing faction weapons, including ranked season 3, ranked improvements, economy changes, and much more. Please make sure to check the VOD if you have missed the beginning of the stream. So yes, lots of that we covered. Let's choose the names and let's say goodbyes. You pick 5, I pick 5. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I already had the 5 picked, but we have Gaz 1D. You can see. Dan was taken. War Doven. It's gonna be dash_dash Nevada dash_dash and then unknown the murder. Yeah.
Cool.
That's my picks.
And my 5 is Pokari. We have Miko. We have Stay Space Strong with the O with the 0 for the O. We have Claire, and we have Version Space Dash. But yes, that is about all the time we had for today. Edwin, it's a huge honor to be able to work with you. The game has improved so much since the beginning of when I joined the company, and it's because of all the time that you invested. It definitely would not be how it is today without you. So thank you, my friend, for joining us today, and yeah, it's just
well, thank you for
special.
having me. It's always a pleasure here to join and give some explanation on why certain things are changed or whatnot. So
yeah.
it's always a pleasure to join and fun to play as well. So even though I'm the best at the bottom. Anyways, thank you very much, everyone. Hope to see you later.
Okay, sounds good. And again, also thank you to everyone joining. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with us. We'll be back next week to cover more about update 1.17, so stay tuned for announcements. And until next time, please take care and stay safe. See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.